Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be going through a very iconic track in the state of New York, which is Watkins Glen. This track is 5.4 kilometers long and has 11 turns in total. The first race took place in 1948, over 70 years ago from today. Now that we have some info, we're gonna hop into our car and get going. Quickly before we get into things, the car I will be driving is the Race Sim Studios Formula Americas 2020. I'll have it linked in the description if you guys plan on picking it up yourself. Here we are, gonna start our lap. No, we're gonna go flat out on the straight. And when we get to that 200 marker, you're gonna break down to third gear because you should be at 6th. Now you gotta be careful because it's very easy to underestimate how sharp of a turn you need to do and how much braking is required. Now through the S's, you can go flat out all the way through and it will lead you onto the back straight. So you can go whipping through. And now you have to pay fairly careful attention, because at this 200 meter mark, you want to break down the third and it will come fairly quickly. Turn in, and after that first initial turn, you can get back onto the power coming out of that first chicane. Then you can come back, hold it the whole way through, and then even through this corner, you can hold down on the power the entire way around. Maybe in 5th gear, 200 mark, you start braking down to 2nd or 3rd, coming around. Now you're going to be at the brink of 4th gear, but like in between 100 and 200, you're going to break down. I typically keep in 4th, so down to 2nd. Now because the elevation changes here, it's very easy to lose the rear end. So I would say go slowly a bit at first until you get used to it's just trying to find a limit of how much throttle you can put on before you lose it. And you're speeding along this straight. And then once again halfway before the 100 and 200, you want to start braking. Turn in. Nice and wide. Now this is another difficult one because you want to start braking at 200 and then turn in at 100 because of the elevation changes, and if you want to carry it out, and it's very difficult, it's too sharp of a turn when you turn in at 200 just because it's not quite a 90 degrees turn, it's a bit sharper. Now here is all flat out as you go around to sort of a bit wide onto the curb. And then this yellow stoplight here, you just want to tap the brakes a bit, maybe downshift to 4th, because you're going to be sort of right in the middle there. Wide, nearly avoid the wall, back onto the power and across the line. Now, as we start our fast lap here, coming down the main straightaway, going up to 6th, braking at that 200 down to 3rd, turning in. Now we're going to be flat out through the S's. Coming onto that back straightaway. And I'm going to be hard on the brakes up here. There you go, into the bus stop chicane. Coming out, flat out around the sort of 180 turn into the lower section of the track. And we come out this turn, which is very elevated, with just a very large sweeping 180 elevated turn. Now we're coming into the final couple corners here. In, letting the car come out wide a bit, into this tricky corner. Later turn in. Careful on the acceleration out of the corner. Flat out for the second last. And looking for that little braking point. Just to tap the brakes to come across flat out onto the main straight and across the line. Thank you so much for watching this episode of my walkthrough series. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more of this content. Until then, see you later.